So we just saw Star Trek Beyond.
Yes.
And pretty good. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say what you think about it?
Yeah, I thought it was extremely edge of the seat, just like always. And if you're looking for the existential crisis that a couple of the crew are having, you'll actually get how deep it is. But you have to be looking for it.
Yeah, because I wasn't, and I didn't see it until she explained it to me after. And let me tell you, I guess this is just what Star Trek is now. It's what it is. It's just a quick little action ride with some, just a touch of story in there. Just a hair of story, and then spectacle. Touch of story. A lot of humor, silliness.
Good banter.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I was like, really? So for me, I expect Star Trek to be philosophical. And she did point out that there was an existential crisis that Kirk and Spock are going through. And she's absolutely right, there was. But for me, it wasn't compelling at all, because I was like, what's going on? It didn't like hook me. I wasn't like worried. I was like, oh, and and that's the other thing you have to worry about, because it's an action movie, so everything's about what's going to happen. Are they going to make it?
What's happening next?
Yeah, but you're like, they're all going to make it. You like, there's like a fundamental like, are they all going to make it? Probably they're all going to make it, right? So you're just like, and I'm not saying that everyone makes it either. I'm not saying that. I'm not spoiling anything. I'm not saying everyone makes it. I'm not saying anyone dies. I'm just saying there is that like you have to be like they're actually threatened here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for me, it was fun, quick pace. It was fine. It was fluff. To me, it was fluff.
As I said when it ended, it was a really good episode.
Of what show? Because
of Star Trek. If this was a Star Trek, the modern episodes carrying on from the ones from the 60s and 70s, this was a great episode. Okay. And when you leave an episode, you turn it off and you go have dinner.
Right.
That's what we did.
and yes, and so to me, I'm gonna forget about it, and I'm thinking about the last movie, and I'm like, wait, what happened with the whole thing? Kirk got Spock's blood, and then he was like fine again. Or the whole what?
Couldn't remember. I couldn't remember the second one.
She couldn't remember, but I did. I'm like, well, where's that all about? What happened with Benedict Cumberbatch? He's still in jail. I mean,
yeah, it wasn't. Just wasn't doing it.
Wasn't connected. And then you got Idris Elba. They put all this makeup on him. You can't see his facial reaction.
Mm-hmm.
You got one of the best actors in the world. You can't see him act.
But you can hear him growl. He's an excellent growler.
Excellent growler. Now, the girl. Jayla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a little research, and Jayla is actually a name that the crew started making up for naming this character when they were in filming, because they didn't have one for her, and they were trying to model her after the Jennifer Lawrence J-Law from the Hunger Games character. So they started calling her J-Law, and then they wound up with Jayla.
Okay. Yeah. So that's an interesting tidbit. However, it makes me hate the character because what? Why? We have to put Hunger Games
I don't know.
in the Star Trek?
It's what the crew did.
So the other it's just like the reality of the world. You got to pay attention to these things, and there's like, convenience left and right. Oh, this happened because this needed to happen so that the plot could go through. And then you have these homages to the old characters,
mm-hmm.
which you love,
Mm-hmm.
You love them if they do it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. You're like, yo, we get it.
Yeah, we get it.
This
is the character.
Whoever wrote this watched the original series. I get it. You did. So did I. I understand.
You got hung up on a couple tidbits.
I did. They tripped me up. I couldn't get over it. And I'm like, oh, man. And they made Sulu gay. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Yeah.
So George Takei comes out and he's like, that sucks. And everyone's like, well,
why?
George, you're gay. Why? Well, you should love this. And he's like, because it's like a gay man can't play a straight man. So it's like,
Okay.
so they're trying to do this for George.
Yeah, and he gets mad.
And he gets mad. He gets mad at people try to do nice things. He gets mad at them. I'm familiar with that one, by the way. That happens to me too.
Me too.
So look, I'm watching the movie and I'm like, that was so terrible. I'm gonna drop it 5 points on my rating, and then I'll be like, oh, that was great, so I'll give it 5 points. So ultimately, where I ended up is at about 75 out of 100. All right, which is not, terrible. I mean, there is legitimate spectacle. There's amazing action design.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way the sets were.
It was well done.
Yeah.
It was edge of the seat, like.
There's even a thing with water and the ship floating,
Yep.
which
was awesome. I noticed that.
That was like
beautiful.
Okay, that was sweet, right?
Yep.
And so
good special effects. That made Gene Roddenberry would have been really proud.
Great special effects, and
Definitely.
but for me, it felt like something separate from what I was used to. I'm a fan of first generation movies and next generation shows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so that's what I expect. I expect that.
Whereas all this is covering the gray, and I actually grew up with the original series. I remember sitting down to watch James T. Kirk, the original, and Spock, and we talked about emotion for Spock. No spoilers. But in the original series, everybody would freak out when Spock showed emotion. It was like, what is he doing? He's not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
This was a nod. It was a nod.
He was more human than me. Let me tell
No.
you. He was super emotional.
His version of emotional is.
It was emo Spock. It was emo Spock.
Emo Spock.
It was not. Anyway, all right. What would you get?
2 eyebrows. I completely agree with you. I'd put it around a 75.
But you liked it.
I did.
You liked it more than me.
But
I'm giving it the same grade. Though.
I do, but I'm gonna walk out of it and forget it.
Exactly.
That's the problem. Is it was a good episode, and if it was a good episode, that doesn't make it an epic movie.
Right.
So if you're gonna see it on the IMAX theater in 3D, which I haven't done for years, and just did, I want that thing to really jump out and take me with it into the movie.
Yeah.
And I was still watching from my seat.
Yeah, think about like Wrath of Khan, that stuck with even the Search for Spock, episode 4 where they go back to Earth.
Exactly.
I mean,
It's intense.
They all stuck with me.
Yeah, you need the intensity.
Yeah.
The first one got the intensity.
Yeah, the very first of the new ones, you're saying.
Yes, the very first of the new ones.
I enjoyed that one a lot too.
Me too.
I did.
So this was 75. It did good. It was fun. It was exciting. It was exhilarating. If you're looking for the existential, you'll see it. And if you're not, enjoy the ride.
Are you on board for future movies?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I still am. I think I still am.
I'm holding hope.
That's a great
I'm the
place.
eternal optimist. I'm holding out hope.
That's a great place to end it. All right, so watch my videos. By the way, Betsy came to watch a movie with me because I requested it on these videos. So if you want to come watch a movie and do a review with me, please come.
Yeah.
This was amazing.
So fun.
All right.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, love you. Bye.
Bye.